car you've been in?
This one.
You can hold it. No, you said you were in the GTR.
Yeah, I've been in the GTR.
How much horsepower did that thing have?
I can't remember. I do know he put race fuel or
E85?
no, the special fuel, you know, for like, I don't know.
Jet fuel?
Yeah, that. I don't know. He put some crazy fuel in it. He had it in his garage.
Usually
pumping
people run
himself.
those on E85. That's like the corn fuel.
Not him.
No?
No. I mean, I don't really remember much about it because it's a while ago, but...
Well, this one here has 950 horsepower. Last time we took it for a drive, it was raining.
That's right. Back wheel was sliding out.
Yeah, we couldn't do much because it was pouring rain. So hopefully this time your experience is a little bit better.
Hopefully.
Then we're gonna get on the highway here in a minute. Let's see.
You know what they say?
Hold on to the
Mustang
camera.
driver, no survivor.
Is that what they say?
That's what they say.
Do you want AC on or off?
It's hot. It's supposed to be
You know
cold.
how like in the Civic you would want to turn your AC off for that extra 5 horsepower?
I did not know that actually.
Because
funny.
the belt spins the compressor, so it's a little bit of a drag. So you're losing a little bit of horsepower, but in this kind of car it doesn't matter.
I guess so, yeah. We need to find someone to race.
I don't really like street racing though. Like,
Yeah, no, don't do that. Don't street race.
Noise, dude. That was that Corolla. My Corolla.
Oh, you see the front bumper is
Yeah,
touching the
yeah. I was like, no
fence.
way my car's making noise right now.
As soon as we try to take it on the highway.
Yeah, you ready?
We're ready, bro. You gotta turn on some special mode.
No, I put the stiffer suspension. Taking the turns.
Here we go. Get out the way, bro. Damn.
What do you
This is
think?
pretty crazy. I mean, threw me back in my seat, so. Man, I wish I knew how to drive manual. This thing's sick. It feels like way more horsepower than what, 900 and
950.
it feels way more.
The weather is nice. It's 77 degrees. So, and this thing is fun to drive. I'm gonna miss it though.
Man, we just did like 3 miles in 30 seconds.
Yeah, but we're on the racetrack.
Yeah, we're on the racetrack for sure. As you see, like
Speeding.
signs in the background and stuff.
Yeah. Alright, cut. First time in 2 years, in almost 2 years, this is the first time I see this message come up on the dash. Usually, I'm really good at changing oil early on this car. Usually, you know, 2,000 miles is the most I get on the oil before I change it. And I usually do it way before the oil light comes on. So this car is actually a really good one because it's a 2016, and when I change oil, the whole time I don't add any oil. It's exactly at the max. I put the oil to the max on the dipstick, and that's exactly where it's at right now, even with the change engine oil light on. So that means the car's not burning any oil. I don't know, a lot of people are complaining that these GT350s, especially 16 and 17, they burn some oil and you have to add a quart here and there. I've never had to add any oil to this car, but I'm actually driving it right now because I'm going to work, and I'm gonna throw it up on the lift at some point today and go ahead and change this oil out. And also, I'll be cleaning this car up and getting it ready for sale, because I mentioned it in the last video about this car that I'm thinking about selling it, and I think I finally decided that I don't need this car. I mean, it's nice to have, but I just don't really need it. I never drive it. I've had it for almost 2 years, and it's, you know, I only put 9,000 miles on it. Not even 9, a little bit less than 9,000 miles on it. So, I mean, I wish I could drive it more. I just I got a lot of stuff going on, so I just don't get to drive it much. And you know, I have 3 kids, and we all can't fit in here. Wife and 3 kids. It's a 4-seater, so it doesn't fit. So that's why I got my wife a EcoBoost Mustang, and then I'm gonna let this one go and get myself something that I can actually use every day. And yes, I will be Whippling the next thing I get. I already have some ideas on what I'm gonna get. I'm not gonna mention it just yet, just in case it doesn't work out. But in the future, I will maybe get another one of these, or possibly just a Mustang GT 18 and up, maybe, and automatic. I mean, stick shift is fun, but I'm kind of over it at the moment. I mean, I know I'm gonna miss this car. This is my favorite car that I've ever owned. I'm 33 years old, and this is by far the best car I've ever owned or driven. This is more fun than driving an exotic car, because this car is more special to me than, you know, any other car. So that being said, I'm gonna get this thing ready and post it up for sale here shortly. I have an idea on the price, but I'm not gonna mention it in the video. If you have a serious offer, please contact me on Instagram, and we'll make something work out. So stay tuned. Let's get this oil changed. This Gen 5 Whipple Supercharger, the 3.0 liter, was installed by me at MTech Solutions. We are a Whipple dealer here in Arden, North Carolina. So I actually have videos up on my YouTube channel that I made installing the oil pump gears, and then there's another video of me installing the actual supercharger kit and then test driving it. So I've had this kit on this car for about a year now, and I think I had around 13,000 miles on it. So with the blower on it, I put about 5,000 miles on this car. I've had 0 issues. I mean, this has just been a good car, but like I said, I do change oil often, way more than I should. People say it's stupid, but an oil change to me is cheaper than replacing an engine, especially this engine's like 18 grand, just the engine from the dealer. So not to mention, you know, labor and all that. So I mean, also this car will come with all the OEM parts that were removed for the Whipple supercharger install. The intake manifold, the strut bar, all that, all the hoses, everything that was removed off this car will come in a box with the car, whoever purchases it. If you ever want to reverse it, or, you know, even sell the OEM parts, you can. So just keep that in mind. Pulling up to work here, and gonna see if I can get this thing on the lift at some point and get this oil changed. So this thing's gotta go outside for now because I need the lift, but where this sits is new spark plugs, new wires, custom built. Got a high pressure fuel pump, and I had the tank up here, but injectors were dried up, and I had them soaking for like a week in PB Blaster, and I was able to get them freed up and cycled. So now they spray, but there's no signal coming from the ECU or ECM. And I don't know, maybe it's because the fuel pumps are not connected. I don't know how these cars work, 1975 with fuel injection, so I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna wait until I get the fuel tank picked up from Detroit, Michigan, and then once I have both pumps, I have 2 new fuel pumps. Once I have those connected, I'm gonna try to start it again and see if I have a signal to the injectors. If not, I'm gonna get inside and mess with the wiring or the ECM and see if I can get it rebuilt or something. I'm just over here staring at this thing and I'm like, this could be my last oil change on this car. And it's sad. There's the oil filter. There's the drain plug. Last oil change, possibly, in my hands. But it's okay, I'll get something else. I do like the plastic plugs. It's like you don't need any tools to change oil on a Shelby. Just like that, 10 quarts of oil went into the Shelby, fresh oil change. I'll let it idle, turn it off, and check the dipstick once again, make sure that the level is perfect. And like I said earlier, this car does not burn any oil at all. I put 10 quarts in, and when it's time to do the oil change, 10 quart comes out, and I don't add any oil in between. So it's a nice car. I'm gonna clean it up a little bit here in the next few days, and it'll be up for sale. So if you have legit offers, let me know. Hit me up on Instagram. If you lowball, I will not reply at all. I have a pretty good price set in mind. Keep in mind this is a 3.0 Gen 5 Whipple Supercharger. It's Whipple tuned at around 950 horsepower at the crank. I dynoed it, and it is about 834 to the wheels. So check it out. Love this car, and I am gonna miss it. This is by far the best car I ever owned, and in the future I may just buy another one just to keep. Just right now is not the right time to keep this thing. Right now the value on it is really nice, and I can get some good money for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and post it up. I'm gonna take it through a car wash right now. I didn't have time to hand wash it, so I'll just run it through a car wash, take some pictures, and it will be officially for sale on Facebook Market. I'm not sure if I'm going to post it anywhere else at the moment, but I'll just post it on Facebook Market and see how it does. I'm not in any hurry to sell this thing because if it doesn't sell, I get to drive it more. So it's gonna be sad when it goes, but just hit 19,000 miles on it. Just did a fresh oil change. This is a 2016 GT350 with a Gen 5 3.0 Whipple supercharger. This thing is everything is stock besides the Whipple supercharger and the oil pump gear upgrade. Everything else is stock. I think there's an X pipe, I believe, like a resonator delete and an X pipe. So that's about it. Everything else is stock. It has this is a track pack, so it has the Recaro seats, and they're very comfortable. And this thing is super clean. The only person that ever drives this thing is me. I did buy it used, so I'm not the original owner, but I believe I'm the second owner. I bought it locally in Asheville, North Carolina, and I believe I'm the second owner. I never ran a Carfax. I didn't really care for it because the car was in really good shape, and it still is. It's an amazing car. Maintenance, I did oil changes every 2,000 miles, sometimes even earlier, because I know these engines are expensive and I didn't want to damage it in any way. So I do my oil changes very often, and I always used Motorcraft 5W50, I think, whatever it's required, that's what I used. I'll have to check, but anyways, let's get this thing through a car wash and take some pictures. Well, that car wash sucked because it's touchless, and I like it, but the car hasn't been hand washed in a while, so it looks like the car wasn't even washed at all right now. So I'm not gonna take any pictures today. I'm just gonna hand wash it tomorrow probably, and then take some nice pictures. So, but man, this car is so nice. I am gonna miss this. The only thing I would upgrade on this thing, which is not really necessary at the moment, but the stock clutch needs to be upgraded for all this horsepower. But I was gonna do it, but I never got to it. So that's one thing I would like to upgrade on this. And I probably can for the right price. If the next owner wants it upgraded, I can probably upgrade it, no problem. I already have it in my shopping cart, I just haven't bought it yet. And of course, this thing has all the track apps I forgot to mention. It has all the modes: regular mode, sport mode, weather mode, track mode, and of course drag strip mode. I like to keep it in normal mode when I locally drive it, because the exhaust just gets pretty loud and annoying after a while. It's nice for a day or two, but then if I daily drive it, it just gets annoying. Say that I short shifted and stuff, but the thing is, this thing revs up to 8250, and I just feel bad for the engine to rev it up that high all the time. Of course, when I'm on the drag strip or at the track or whatever, yeah, I'm gonna rev it all the way to the red line. But if I'm just driving around, why would I rev it to 8250? That's just insane. You know, anything about like 7,000 RPMs is plenty, but you know, I do it once in a while. But I like to take care of my cars, and this thing, I take care of my car and it takes care of me. It's never had any issues. I've had it for 9,000 miles, and about half of that is with a Whipple supercharger. So this thing's a beast. Like, you just downshift and go. Sounds so good. And this is just in regular mode. I'm gonna put it in sport mode real quick. It opens up the exhaust a little bit more. And it pops a little bit here and there. This is just a fun car. all the hoses that were removed to install the Whipple supercharger. Everything comes with the car. So if the next owner wants to, for some reason, remove the supercharger and put it back to stock, you have all the parts. There's a reason why I didn't want to sell all those parts, because you never know, somebody might want to reverse the thing and keep it original, and I don't blame them. I mean, it's it's your car, you do whatever you want to it, but Whipple's the way to go. I feel like if I normally drive this car, it gets pretty good MPG, and then of course if I get on it, then yeah, it's horrible. I have to fill up every day or every other day, and it does run on 93 octane right now, and it's custom tuned from Whipple, and it's great. I mean, it still has the cats. I just passed emissions on it, and I mean, it's completely street legal in all the states. So keep an eye out for the listing on Facebook Market, or hit me up on Instagram with a decent offer. I have a price in mind. I'm not gonna post it, but I have a price in mind. And what am I getting next? I just totally took a right turn exit with the left turn signal. I don't know why, but what am I getting next? I'm not gonna mention it yet, but I will say that it's not available. It's not released or available, not even to pre-order. So once I pre-order it, I will mention it then. So you'll just have to stay tuned and see what it is. But it's basically my dream vehicle. Is the next vehicle. This was my dream vehicle. I already had this. I'm over it. It's gonna be 2 years in December since I owned this thing, since I bought it. But I am gonna pre-order the next one as soon as it's available, and I'm gonna have fun with it. So stay tuned and subscribe, like and subscribe. Later.